Get your chair if you're going to do some chair exercises. Line up if you're walking wall. Stand up if you're walking in place. Get your mat. Get your weights. Jump on your bike. And start your treadmill. Hoo hoo hoo, y'all. Oh, thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie. Tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise because you want them to be around for a while. Hit the bell so y'all know when I'm coming in. Y'all know when I upload stuff. I know I be hitting PM. I know I be hitting PM. And then I see a AM out of nowhere. You know, though I have to look at the analytics. But chances are in April, we'll be back to 7 in the morning. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, so let me just... So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking on what I'm going to talk about for the walk. What I put on there. He'll unlife you if. I really wanted to put he'll unlife her if. But then something said, he's an equal opportunity destroyer. The most dangerous animal on this planet is man. So as I'm sitting there, somebody vibed in. Somebody vibed in. Don't tell your mother if you are essayed by her intimate partner. Go to the police. So I was like, not doing it. I'll write it down on a piece of paper. I'll stick it to the back of my phone so when I go downstairs, I'll talk about it. But that's it. Hold on, that's something on my tongue. Anyway, I woke up this morning and it was on top of me like wet on rice. I said, looky, you trying to get my page taken down. I'm already the bottom of the pyramid. Well, really, the stilts underneath the bottom of the pyramid. So I only want to be talking about that. So it was like, why? You got to talk about it. With all the kids being done in by the mother's intimate partners, you have to talk about it. You raised a daughter. You know. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And I was like, why go to the police instead of the mother? So then came to my head that if the mother is married, she is in a contract agreement with this man who may be sexual assaulted the daughter or the son. That's a contractual agreement. That agreement, if she breaks it, means she can't get into heaven. If she live on this penal colony, they're going to make her life live in hell. I said, well, that's true. And they said, and then he'll unlife her. So I'm like, how is he going to unlife the mother if the child tell the mother that she was ST? Said, wife came to you ain't even heard what I sent you. It's a contractual agreement. She is compelled. She has to tell the husband or the intimate partner what the child has said. She has to. That is her document in heaven. She sits you in church every and them mosques or whatever the hell it is, all the time, them cults. And you heard it said, she can't go against him. So I'm sitting there, I said, okay, all right, don't beat me over the head. I agree. Go, all right. And then they went on. Especially if the mother is in a relationship where the man is dominating her. Don't tell your mother you were essayed. Go to the police. That convinced me, and that's why we're talking about it. Because you going to your mother is putting you and her life in danger. Man is the only beast that kills because their penis is hard. Yeah. Everybody, oh, I want to get married, and I want to get married. It's almost like having the most dangerous being on earth sleeping next to you and you close your eyes. No. Don't go to your mother. Go to the police. If it's your grandfather that's SAing you, don't go to your mother. Go to the police. She is not going to go against him. Every Sunday, Saturday, Friday, or whatever hell day, cult day is, y'all sit them kids there. And you're trained. So no, she's not going to go against her father, her uncle, her brother, whoever SA'd you. It's not going to happen. You're going to be in the situation with no way out. It'll be worse for you. Yes. It's easy. So I was like, well, here's the thing. What happened? What happens after she's SA'd and goes to the police? They brought back social services supposed to step in and remove her from the home. Because that's a dangerous time. When you tell your mother that a man has SA'd you, you have basically put her life and your life in danger. It's the truth. If you want to get out of this situation and not have to deal with it, only show up in court and go on about your business, you go to the police. If you want to stay there and be ridiculed and come up missing, go to your mother. Then again, they lied to me another reason why you shouldn't go to your mother. Because I was like, well, I don't want my daughter to come to me. And then, I guess that's why y'all don't relate with your ancestors. Because they said, that'd be the worst thing she could done. And I was like, what do you mean? If my daughter was SA'd, the worst thing she could do was come to me. They said, yeah. Because you take every knife out that drawer. And when you finish with that being, they wouldn't be able to tell that he's ever was a human being. So I was like, oh, well, you're right. Let the police handle it. I said, you're right. I have a girlfriend, Pat. When I tell you she loved her children, when I tell you, before she got married, when she was dating, the man could tell right away. She said, yes, I have a daughter. You knew not to ask again. You wasn't going to meet her child. It was nothing. And if you fucked around, you was going to get messed up. When Tony was in school, she said, I'm scared to tell my mother when the teachers do something to me in school because Pat will go in there and blow it up. So we just talked to Pat. So I was like, well, okay. I'm vibing, I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm seeing how you is. I'm seeing where you're going with that. But then I threw back. Now my ancestry was in the South, where kissing cousins is totally allowed. I didn't know that. Where incest is promoted and accepted. I didn't know all that either. Where men do nothing. They just make babies. And beat up women. Pedophiles, incestors, but it's totally accepted because it's in that book that they study on Sunday, Saturday, whatever. All them books. It's in all those books. So you can't tell her. And me being down south at that time in the 70s, the whole system supports, in Charleston, South Carolina, the whole system supports incesting, intimate partner abuse, child abuse, child neglect. Because when I got down there, I remember they kept telling us a story about, some story from that fiction about Abraham was told by their God to take the son and kill the son, and how he had prepared everything. To unlife the son. he did everything ready because that was a command. And I can tell you at least 2 Sundays a month for the whole time I was in South Carolina, that was talked about in some form or fashion, how your parents can take your life when they feel that they are commanded by a higher power. So I didn't feel that I would say anything. I felt, and I'm glad I went with it because I did think about it, and right in my head said that's the wrong thing. First of all, it's totally acceptable in the state. You go to police and tell them that, they be done dragged you into a cell and have every policeman on the force come in there and do with you what they will. Keep your mouth shut and get the hell up out of there. Just keep that as your goal, your frame of reference. Men down there rule. My cousins didn't have to do nothing but beat us up and incest us. That's all they had to do. And maybe go to school. Some did, some didn't. It's totally acceptable. So you couldn't go to them. So right then I was like, okay, what if that's kind of situation? When you're in a little town where everybody's incested, especially in them southern states, honey, up in Ohio and shit like that. So what's the child to do then? If she don't want to be like everybody else and go for the incest, what does she do? And they said, call the FBI, call in the higher government power, and let them know that you will be reporting. And I was a teenager, I would have done that. You'll be reporting what's going on to your local police. And the reason why you call the FBI, because you want to know a record. Because when you contact that local police, that was back then. Like I said, I find myself in the cell, and every policeman in the station would be the pleasured himself with me. No. But today, it's different. But if you're in that small town like that, you hit up the FBI first. So when you go in there to that police department, and also they told me, They told me to tell you, when you're essayed, keep your underwear, keep your sheet. They'll take your sock, they'll take your shirt to wipe off their ejaculation. Take all that with you when you go to the police so they can see the DNA. Because why is his DNA in your underwear? Thanks to Bible. Oh, I thought all those things when I was going to be an ancestor. But everything I thought of said, you going to be unlife. Just get up on out of here. Just get up on out of here. Oh, it's time for our break, y'all. Ooh, what a quick walk. Y'all know, today we're only walking for 25 minutes, 5 minutes hand and weight exercises. All right. And save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, come on with me. Save your toes and feet. Because when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all. Yeah, y'all. Trying to save my feet and toes. I said, yeah. So, if you was in a small town, Charleston was supposed to be a big city, but honey, that place was filled with cults, and cults' main thing is incesting kids, domination, beating up the wife, everything. Girl, everything. So, if you in a town where you know they're supposed to help you nowadays, but if you know they won't, remember, save the underwear, save the socks, they like socks, pillowcases, sometimes they wipe it off on the sheet. Save all that and take it with you to the police. And then let the police know that you had already contacted the FBI. So that means they have no choice but to do what the law says and not what the cult says. Because what he wants to say to you is, was it really that bad? Because that's a cult society. And that's what they're all about. Incesting children. Dominating women. So again, go to the police. Don't go to your mother. She has to go to her partner. She is trained. The only time she doesn't go to her partner is if she's having a relationship outside the marriage. Then she ain't going to say nothing. But if you come to her and tell her that her husband, your father, is SAing you, she ain't on your side. She's not trained to be. But, and here's another thing it vibed to me. It said, listen, when the child goes to the police have to contact your child welfare. You will not be going back to that house again. And that's all I wanted. I had to keep going back. It was horrible. It was horrible. They'll take you out of it. Especially if it's a teen. You only got about 2 or 3 years to grind and you out. Anyway. Don't go to your mother. She's going to get both of you. If not everybody in the family taken out. Because she's trained, before she does anything, to check with her intimate partner. Even her thoughts. I told y'all back in the day when they gave the European African women the vote and not the African American women. You know why? because she's going to vote what her husband tells her to vote. Remember, being single then, you wasn't voting, you wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't nothing as a woman unless you had a man that you took care of. Now that's the bullshit. I've been here 66 years and I have been hearing how men take care of women, men take care of women, men take care of women, and I have yet to experience that. I have only experienced women taking care of men. I don't know the other side. I hear about it all the time. When I worked in daycare. Out of like the 30 parents that came after work every day, maybe two parents, two male parents or two fathers showed up maybe once or twice a week, maybe once or twice a month. But I would see her come in, dragging other little people because she had to run all over the place and round everybody up and come there and pick the kids, and then she going home because she got cooking, then she got to do the laundry, and then she got to do that, and then I don't know, but I've never had a conversation like that with a man. He was either going out to drink or running to get something for the car or playing basketball, fishing. He worked. But she had to work too. I've never lived in a home where one person's income carried the whole family. She had to do some form of work. She had to. And if she doesn't, now here's another thing that's bothering me. Look at your situation if you're sexually assaulted. Look at your mother's situation. Is she staying at home while your father goes out and work? Don't tell her if your father, brother, anybody is incesting her. You will destroy her whole income. She's not going to do anything to help you. Go to the police. If you're in a home where your mother is being bounced off walls, ergo you probably are being sexually assaulted because you got no protection. Don't tell her. Go to the police. The police will come in with DCF, social workers, psychiatrists, and you don't got to be there to have the brunt of it. Don't tell her. She's not equipped. Every Sunday, if you see her kissing them rosaries and saying whatever, and you're being essayed, don't tell her. Because she is going to go to hell if she doesn't have a husband. But she's going to heaven if she ain't got a child. So you sit in the pulpit, or as they said, what's those things called? Pews. You sit in the pews and you hear it. If she kissing that rosary, go to the police if you're being sexually assaulted. She's not going to do anything. She's not going to go against man. That's the bead she's kissing. To the Father, to the Father, to the Son, to the Father, to the Son, to the Father, to the Son. All right? So don't go to her. She can't help you. All she can do is get him to unlife you and her. She has to tell him. She's not going to keep a secret from him. Oh, Mommy, can you keep a secret? If she's married, she's not. If she's in a serious relationship with an intimate partner, she's not. She's not keeping your secret. She's keeping his secret. That's her vow, to keep his secret. It's her vow that wherever he leads her, she will go. Her loyalty is not to you as her child. That's not what she's taught every Sunday or every whatever time. Honey, sometimes them cold services be long. But the whole time she's sitting there, she is being told she got no power. And what is important to her is a man, not the child. Not the child. So you need to start thinking independent. I tell you, if the police department, I'm talking, that incesting debacle was like 40, 42, 43 years ago. If it was like this now back then, oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. The first choke, the first time I looked down and saw my virginity was gone, I'd have been to that police station. I'd have took the sheets, the pillowcase, everything. I would have seen you could see the marks on my throat. But back then, in Charleston, South Carolina, let me tell you what Deacon Turtle used to say every Sunday. Spare the rod, spoil the child. But you gotta do that with the women's too. Cause you see, women's is like little children. And if you don't put your hand, then they'll just run all over. So I knew why my 2 arms was beat to a pulp. I knew why my stepmother was being punched like a bunch of bags. I knew to keep my mouth shut. But you ain't got to do that now. Like I said, if you're in a small town where you feel the police and everybody is connected to the incest and stuff, drop a line to the FBI. If it's just say, I'm reporting it to you, I'm going to, but this is the type of town where I don't think anything will be done. Stand up for yourself. She can't do it. She vowed to love, cherish, and obey, but not you, not the child, not the child, the husband, the intimate partner, not the child. She has no, other than nature, she has no vow of anything to the child, especially when you come and tell her that her man is churching on you. Don't tell her. Tell the police. They'll have a social worker come and tell her. She'll be put on notice. And then if you're teenagers, count down a few years to get out of high school, any situation. Trust me, I made it through. I had an end game. I had an end game. And the end game was getting the hell up out of there, and you do too. But don't tell your mother. Brother, father, grandmother, uncle, don't. She is programmed. She is programmed that they are more important. If she doesn't have a man, her very existence is in question. I look at Black Girl on Lost. These Greek girls, these Greek HBCU Greek girls, can't find no man to fit that level. They getting these folks out of jail. And guess what the men's out of jail is doing? Unlifing them. But they don't mind because, see, he is a ghetto knight in shining armor. And y'all know we's raised in this country that a woman's supposed to want a man that's a killer. I didn't even let my daughter get in all that. She's supposed to want a man. Let's see if I can remember. Okay, here we go. She's supposed to want a man that's a killer. with a gun on his hip, a sword on his side. But you don't want her that like this. If the cans in the cabinet is not turned the right way, if the toilet paper is put over and not under, he'll pull out that gun. He'll pull out that sheath, that knife from that sheath, and he will do you too in. But the women don't tell their children. They say, "Oh, it's great to have him in." We'll talk about it. We got the whole month of March. Let's get the weights. Yeah, she's incapable of taking your side, the child's side, once the child says to her, "My father, my uncle, my brother, my grandfather, the priest, the hooter, the butter, the Buddha, the Duda is churching on me." She is programmed not to believe you, but to instantly go to the defense of the man. She's programmed. And every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she goes into those cult things. It is reinforced. You support the man no matter what. So you see that vibe I got? I was like, okay, I got you. I get what you're saying. Go to the police. If you can take your underwear, if you can take the sheet, if you can take any clothing, definitely a sock. They always like to do socks. Set them up. You know they're coming in. Put the sock right there. Let them wipe it off. Go put it in a sandwich bag. Go to the police. Because I can tell you, that family member is not only doing it to you, they probably have done it to your mother, all your sisters, and throughout the whole family. And nobody will say anything. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Okay, I gotta get a good tuck. Okay. Tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. Yeah. Yeah, go to the police. And how you deal with them, if they don't come in and remove you and get social work and do all that, go straight to the federal government. That means the whole state is full of these perverts from the cults and all that stuff, and women are not talking. They are afraid. Why? Because he will unlife you. But when the police come in, you go to the police, they come in with the social worker, they put his ass in handcuffs, they take him out of the home, they ask you if you want to go back. If not, they'll ship your ass somewhere. If you're a teenager, go get shipped somewhere, start your whole life all over again. If you couldn't tell them that you were in danger, if you couldn't tell your mother that you were in danger from her husband, there's no way you're going back to home. You have no protection. Better to start your life over again someplace else. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 for good luck. Yeah, so that vibe came through. It was right? So, thanks. Oh man, I'm over. Sorry, y'all. Would you remember those numbers we did last week? Now, Regina, y'all can go on. Y'all ain't got to keep it. Regina, we call Smith. She put these numbers in this form for me. 022964. 37. I should say 022964. Then 37. Then in consecutively, 132643. So 37, 13, 26, 43, consecutively. So I texted back, I was like, I felt the numbers as I was reading them, but what does it mean? Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to exercise. Hit the bell so y'all know when I'm coming on. Thanks for coming on the walk. Have a great day. Bye.